Okay, so we're going to get started. So folks can sit or stand, and we'll get the program started. So 안녕하세요. 오늘 미주 한인의 날 현기식에 오신 모든 분들을 환영합니다. 그리고 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 저는 오늘 사회를 맡은 스티브 강입니다. So welcome and good morning everybody to the flag raising ceremony to commemorate Korean American Day. My name is Steve King and I'll be leading today's ceremony. 오늘 국민의례 하기 전 국기 교체를 먼저 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 그래서 회장님과 이사장님 국기에 가시면 감사하겠습니다. So before we begin the speaking program, we're going to do the flag raising ceremony first with our President James An and our board chair Young Kim, and there will be an opportunity at the end of the program for the group photo. 네, 이제 국민의례가 있겠습니다. 자리에서 일어나 주십시오. So please stand for the flag salute, and I'll be giving the cue in Korean. 국기에 대한 경례. 네, 바로 다음은 양국가 제창이 있겠습니다. We will now sing the national anthem of the United States of America and the Republic of Korea. We will now observe a moment of silence. The cue will be given in Korean. 순국 선열 및 호국 영령에 대한 묵념. 바로 제 자리에 착석해 주십시오. You may be seated. So next, I would like to welcome the President of the Korean American Federation of Los Angeles, Mr. James An, for the commemorative remarks.
Everyone, on behalf of the Korean American Federation of Los Angeles, I'd like to welcome you to our flag raising ceremony to commemorate Korean American Day. I'd also like to thank and recognize our honored guests who have joined us. Los Angeles City and Seoul Korean American Councilman for the 12th District, the Honorable John Lee. Yeah. Also, where did Captain Ponce go? There he is. Our new Los Angeles Police Department Olympic Area Commanding Officer, Captain Aaron Ponce. Thank you. From the Office of Los Angeles City Council District 10, Caretaker Carly Cotona, and Deputy Chief of Staff Fernando Ramirez. Hi, Fernando. Also, representatives from the Office of CD13, Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell. George, there you are. The first Korean American immigrants arrived 119 years ago today, on January 13th, 1903. And since the day that they set foot in this country, Korean immigrants have invested themselves in the future of the United States. Korean Americans have made notable contributions in the public and private sectors, in business, medicine, law, technology, education, the arts, and sports. And thanks to K-pop, K-barbecue, and K-dramas, it's a great time to be a Korean American these days, right? Yeah. But despite the global success of K-pop entertainment, many of us continue to struggle financially, facing food insecurities and possible eviction. Over the past 22 months since the onset of the pandemic, CAFLA has been assisting our community members with obtaining critical aid such as unemployment insurance, SBA EIDL loans, emergency rental assistance, direct relief funds, and COVID vaccines and tests. While we're all trying to cope with the stress of the pandemic felt by the AAPI community, it has been compounded by the hostility and violence towards our community. As we approach nearly a year since the tragic Atlanta spa shootings, CAFLA unfortunately continues to see and assist victims of hate incidents and hate crimes. Now more than ever, we must continue to advocate and be the voice of our community and partner with our diverse communities to foster inclusion and solidarity. 2022 marks the 30th anniversary of Saegu, and just as the Korean American community was able to show their resilience after the LA riots, I know that we will come out of this pandemic stronger than ever. So on behalf of the Korean American community of Greater Los Angeles, I thank you for commemorating Korean American Day, our history, contributions, and the diversity that we bring to this great city. And now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our honorable council member, Mr. John Lee. Big round of applause.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Korean American Day. Like James was just talking, that 119 years ago, I think it was about 102 immigrants that came to this country. And what that number has grown into now is over 1.5 million Koreans now call the United States their home. And, the country has changed so much. I mean, that back then in those times, we faced the normal issues that so many immigrants face in coming to this country. But we all came for the same reason. We came for opportunity. We came because of what this country stands for. And, this country has not only changed so much since then, but it's changed so much since my parents came here over around 60 years ago. This country has changed so much. It's even changed so much in my lifetime. If you would have told me that Korean food, Korean culture would be so popular right now in our in the mainstream culture, I would not have believed you. In my district, my Ralph's that I grew up with is now a Korean market in Council District 12. And it just shows you the sort of reach that our community has grown into. And we are truly a community that is one of the backbones of our economy here in Los Angeles. We own so many different small businesses. That has been a huge focus of the Korean community. And so we're very, very proud of the different accomplishments. And I just want to thank all the efforts of CAFLA for bringing us all here together to honor this very special day. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, council member. So next I have the pleasure of introducing a friend and a huge ally to the Korean American community, and also Carly Cotona. She is a caretaker for Council District 10, the newly Council District 10, which includes all of Koreatown. So we're grateful for her leadership. So 축사를 이어가도록 하겠습니다. 다음은 이제 새로운 10지구 한인타운이 단일화된 10지구를 대표해서 지금 대행 역할을 하고 있는 칼리 코토나 수석 보좌관을 모시겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Steve. Thank you, Steve, James. It is such an honor to represent the 10th Council District and be here to join you for Korean American. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Korean American Day today. I have to tell you, I had an opportunity when I first became a public servant. I worked for the county, the 2nd Supervisorial District, and one of my first experiences was that I got to go on a cultural exchange trip to Seoul. And it was one of the most phenomenal experiences of my time in public service. And ever since, I've just really appreciated and felt such a connection in terms of understanding the commitment to cultural exchange and commitment to broader community that Koreans have brought to all aspects of Los Angeles. And so it is really an honor to be here, and we are so thrilled that the Koreatown community is finally consolidated in one council district, a long-standing goal, and really applaud so many of you for your work to help make that vision a reality. So I thank you. I know today we celebrate Korean American Day, but every day is Korean Angelino Day in the 10th District. So thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, Carly.
Have either very mild symptoms or no symptoms. I would like to, as you know, but I would like to say that we lost an officer on the 10th, and that was Fernando Arroyos, a very young officer. He completed his probationary service at Southeast Division and had been at Olympic for 1 year. And he was out with his girlfriend, from what I understand from the investigation, looking at a home to buy. He grew up in South Los Angeles. He graduated from Crenshaw High School. He was a graduate of Cal Berkeley, and he lost his life. And so we are going through that at Olympic Division. We had 2 different vigils tomorrow. There will either be a significant news conference today or tomorrow, according to the Chief of Police. But if I could ask just for a moment of silence. His name was Fernando. He was an only child, and I would appreciate just a moment of silence to remember our officer. Well, thank you very much. I look forward to working with you. I came out of our community engagement, if you will. I know how important the relationship is, not only with the Korean community and Olympic, with its police department and its officers. I understand that, but the larger relationship that the police department has, I think, made strides over the year, the immense accomplishments we've made to building relationships with our communities and working with our vast communities to build that trust and that relationship to create safer communities. That's why we exist. Bring safety, provide excellent service, and create a safer environment for whether you work here, live here, or come here to visit and partake in the business community, the restaurants, and what have you. So I look forward to meeting you and working with you, and thank you very much for this opportunity.
And thank you, Captain. So thank you. That concludes our program. Happy Korean American Day. Thank you so much for coming.